you very much for giving me the honor and pleasure to be part of that very nice panel. And so I just would like perhaps to pursue this, what was just said before by the two previous persons about, the narrative and what could be one of the main goal of such an organization in promoting the end of literacy, poverty. It's a very good name, by the way, because it's really poverty in literacy that we care about. So, I mean, the issue with this is that it's not an issue that is at the forefront of the thing that people are discussing. And it's unfortunate, and I think this is where we could perhaps bring something, but then we should try to think collectively as to how to do it efficiently. And what we could bring in is to get some good, statistical data on that, to get some good measure of the issue, because obviously there is the literacy poverty, which I believe you interpret as basically illiteracy. So that's one aspect of it. Even though we have made, the world has made some progress on that front in the last 60 years, according to some estimate, now we are about at 86% of the world population that is basically literate, or 16%, 14% is totally illiterate. But of course, total illiteracy is one measure of extreme poverty. But of course, there are many people who are perhaps barely literate, but only barely literate, and this is not enough. So I mean, there should be also some measurement of the various ways by which we can be literate poor, as we can say. And we should try to get information on that. And this information is not that easy to obtain. I guess if we, one good endeavor for a group will be to be able to collect that information, let's say, at the country level, at the year level, also trying to measure this by the kind of schooling, the kind of education that we provide, which education method is the most efficient in bringing this literacy in. I guess if we could provide data and be a kind of a waker of the public opinion on this by providing regular data. Some people just mentioned before that we have regular data on global warming, on things like that. We should have very regular data on literacy and all of the measures by which we can measure this phenomenon. I think this could be something to work on. Now the question is how, because we need to have access to data source. Perhaps we could apply to some funding for this. There could be some ways of becoming an observatory of educational success worldwide. And a second thing, and I will stop here, that I think we should also be heavily concerned about. Obviously, there is this global literacy poverty that is important, but there is also this unequal poverty that is also quite important, because we are not on a par on that, and there are many inequalities in educational success, which are quite worrisome at the world level. There is a gender inequality that is quite amazing and is still on a par that should, perhaps we could emphasize this. Also, it's very important, but also you have, various social group inequalities. You have the colleague from South Africa may know about that concerning, for instance, race in South Africa, but similar issue can be observed in the US. In India, we have the issue in caste and things like that. And so all of these inequalities in education also are very important. And I think we should be also advocate of those in this group. And this should also be done through measurement.